All right, ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome back to the channel. It's TA Sports, where they give you football news and football content, and also where they drop tips every weekend on European games. You understand? And La Liga, Serie A, Europa League, Champions League, all the games, English Premier League. They go on McDonald's as well. You understand? Last weekend was okay. Massive results. Games were played. Chelsea, Liverpool, Man City, Manchester United, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, Inter Milan, a lot. Napoli. You understand? So without wasting much time, we'll be heading into the Champions League from on Tuesday and Wednesday. You understand? So there will be massive games coming up, and Thursdays are for Europa League. You understand? So before I dive into these games, quickly let's wish our brother Moses Caicedo a happy birthday. This is a guy that has been exceptional for Chelsea throughout last season, and he has continued his good performance this season as well, banging in goals, winning matches for Chelsea, winning doors and everything. And he's been so good, and he's been in a in a blast form this season as well. You understand? So give him his flowers. He's the best in the Premier League this season. The best DM, the best in his position. Nobody come close. Quote me wrong. Nobody come close. You understand? So if you're arguing with me, go and check your keyboard. Check your Google. You have your keyboard there. Argue with your keyboard, not me. Understand? So Caicedo is the best for me and to every other Chelsea fans. So quickly, we'll talk about the games coming up in the Champions League. There's a lot of games like the likes of Napoli taking on Frankfurt, then Slava Prague hosting Arsenal, and we have Atletico Madrid hosting Union St. Gilios, Bodo Glimt hosting Monaco, Juventus hosting Sporting CP, Liverpool hosting Real Madrid at Anfield, and Olympiacos hosting PSV, and Paris Saint-Germain hosting Bayern Munich, Tottenham Hotspur hosting Copenhagen, Pafos hosting Villarreal, Karabakh hosting Chelsea, Ajax hosting Galatasaray, Benfica hosting Bayern Leverkusen, and Club Brugge hosting Barcelona, Inter hosting Kairat Amati, Man City hosting Dortmund, Marseille hosting Atalanta, and we have on the list the last Newcastle hosting Atletico Bilbao. So there's a lot of games. So and I can't really talk about those games because I really want to make it short and quick, very brief. I'll be talking about the big games that I think will be eye catching. You understand? And you see, the games that I'm talking about, the number one on the list is the biggest of all that all eyes will be on. That's Liverpool, Real Madrid. You get Liverpool, Real Madrid. That's a massive game to look out for. And I think there's a lot to look into because Liverpool has been losing. Like they've been deep in form. You get so they've not been really great the past few games. They've lost 5 games in a row. Or let's just say in between those 5 games, they had a win against Frankfurt in the Champions League, but they've not been doing great. But they've lost just 1 game in the Champions League, and yeah, they have been just the shadow of themselves. Their defense has been crap, attack not clicking with Isak, and the right back position, just a bit shaky. Frimpong with injuries and all that. But that's not an excuse at all in football. There's no excuse of injuries and all that. So, Slot, you need to do something. My take on the game is Madrid being on hot form. We're losing just 1 game throughout this season is something like not every other team can do. Yeah, but I see Madrid, having the upper hand. Liverpool this season is not the Liverpool that you say now for Anfield. Though. See, Liverpool is not the Liverpool of that Anfield. They are no longer that Anfield Liverpool. We say, okay, I come to Anfield. And let's even put that aside. Let's just Liverpool are in a great form. You understand? They've not been able to win Madrid for the past how many seasons? It was just last season when Madrid was just shaky, very very shaky. They won Madrid. I think it was still at Anfield now, 3-0 or 2-0 or so. You get so this season now Liverpool has been crazy. Honestly, they've been crazy. They started well, but they couldn't continue well. You understand? So now they are very 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 shaky now. Salah is I don't know what's happened to Salah. So there's no excuse for Salah that you have the striker, you've made a lot of signings, so you need to perform. You get so Liverpool have lost more games at Anfield recently. So there's no it's going to be like a normal game, you understand? But it's going to be tough for both sides. But I see Madrid coming out with a win, like a 3-1 win. That's if Liverpool will score because Liverpool attack are not clicking yet, honestly, at all. And I never saw it coming, honestly. So Madrid with their squad and their performance lately brushing Barcelona in the El Clasico, and in their weekend game in La Liga, I think they won 4-0 as well. Kylian Mbappe with a good performance. He's been scoring. He has scored in 9 consecutive games in La Liga. I think 8 or 9. He has scored all. So going to Anfield is going to be a big boost from that win, that 4-0 win, and winning the El Clasico. So I believe they're going to win that match. There's no Liverpool had no nothing to see. They have nothing to play there. They are not in a good position to win that game, whether in Anfield or by the Bernabeu Stadium. So nothing come out. Madrid win that game, 3-1, one goal for to Liverpool for consolation, then three for Real Madrid. Then quickly, without wasting time, I will just quickly jump to Paris Saint Germain and Bayern Munich. I see that game is a tough game. Bayern Munich are in a great form. They are the only team in Europe, don't forget, that has a 100% winning record. So there's no way they're going to make it easy for PSG. And PSG has been a little bit shaky lately because they've been drawing games that are supposed to win easily. Games that we saw them won easily last season, they have been, struggling with those games, almost drawing Nice during the weekend. They drew I think they drew Lorient in during the week, and that was a league game as well. So they've been drawing teams that are supposed to win. You get, so it has been a bit shaky, but I believe playing against a team that will come out and play you will not be a problem for PSG. It's just those teams sitting back trying to play low block game and frustrate them. That's just the only thing. But Bayern Munich are in great form, but I don't see them doing, because during the Club World Cup, they lost to PSG. Even after PSG receiving 2 red cards, they still won them 2-0. They were unable to score a goal. So, but this game, I see both teams scoring, and it's going to be a high scoring game. I think PSG win 4-2. PSG win 4-2. So Harry Kane with a good, goal scoring run. I mean, goal scoring streak. He's been a great asset to Bayern Munich, and he's been in good form. So he's going to score for sure, for sure. You score. There may be anybody, Akraf Hakimi, Dembele, Kvaratskhelia can score for PSG, and maybe Nuno Mendes as well. But I see PSG coming out with a win because it's at PSG's home, Park the Prince. You understand? So Bayern Munich will not come close. They will score goals, but they will not win that game. So quickly we run into the third game, Club Brugge and Barcelona. That game, Barcelona will come out victorious, even though they are playing away to Club Brugge, and Club Brugge has not been good in this. Like, they've not been good this season at all in the Champions League. They've been good in the league, but in the Champions League, no. Barcelona will win this game, and definitely they will concede because Chesney, bro, you can't trust Chesney in that post. 8 games, 12 goals conceded with zero clean sheets. No, there's no way. Club Brugge at home, they will definitely score. You understand? So that's a game that you see. Okay, no matter what, Barcelona must concede and they must score. Barcelona will score. I think I see a 4-1 win from that game. There's nothing to talk about too much because Lamine Yamal is back. Rashford is in a good form, and Ferran Torres scored. All front three scored during last weekend. I think it was on Sunday when they played Elche. So it was a 3-1 win for them. So after losing to Real Madrid in the El Clasico, they have to bounce back with a win, and that's what they are going to hold on to. That motivation and the momentum of winning the last game. It really helps a lot. Understand? So I mean, Yamal back and everybody all together except Rafinha will be a big boost for Barcelona to win this game. So I say Barcelona winning this game 4-1, 4-1 win. Understand, to Barcelona. Then quickly we'll touch Slavia Prague and Arsenal. That game is going to be tough for Arsenal. Arsenal has not considered a goal in the last 6 games or 7 games, I think, and it's going to be tough for them because Slavia Prague, they are going to frustrate you because they are playing at home, and they will always play that low block and make you frustrated. But the problem is, will Slavia Prague score Arsenal? That I'm not sure of. But will Slavia Prague win this game? No. Arsenal will come out victorious, but it's going to be tough. It's going to be maybe a slight 2-0 win because Arsenal have been doing that throughout the season for the past few games. Now they've not been scoring much. I'm surprised they scored 4 goals against Atletico Madrid, but they've not been doing much this season, scoring a lot of goals. But they've been doing much by defending, and they don't score you and go and defend. They score, they come out and attack you, but when you come close to their box, they clear their balls and everything, defend well. You understand? Good performance from their team during the week with the regular scoring and all that. So they've been in good form, perfect form. So I'm hoping they win the league. That's if they will, because they can easily bottle the league. That's how they do. Understand? So I see us now winning this game. Then the last but not the least, I'm going with Karabag Chelsea. You understand? Karabag Chelsea. That game is going to be tough for Chelsea because Karabakh has been on hot. Yeah, because they just lost their first Champions League game because they won their first two and they lost their last Champions League game. The one they played last before the league game. Understand? So and they're playing at home against Chelsea. They're going to give Chelsea a tough time. It's not going to be easy. And recently Chelsea has not been really, really great, even with the signings and all injuries as well. But that's not an excuse. Like I always say, there's no excuse with injuries. So Chelsea taking on Karabag away to Karabag is going to be difficult for us. My prayer is that we have like the thing is when we play football, we always have our chances. Like there's no way we are always creative. You understand? We have creative players, players that create space, players that make chances for other players to to play. But the problem is taking our chances. If we take our chances, we are winning this game. You know, at least a 2-0 win is better. You know how how these teams, these small teams, they play in a different way. They approach game differently. When they see that you're a big team, they always want to frustrate you, scatter your plan. You understand? So likewise, Slavia Prague will always do to Arsenal. They'll try to play defensively or something and try to just ruin the plans of the bigger side because they are the underdogs. You understand? So they try to frustrate you and make you lose your mind and not know what to do. You understand? So Chelsea and Karabakh Chelsea, that game will be difficult for Chelsea. And I hope and I pray that we'll come out victorious because Chelsea. I know I'm having the faith that we're going to win. We are the favorite to win, yes, but we have been kind of shaky this season. I'm not going to lie, yeah. But Chelsea will win Karabakh. You get if it's been 1-0 win. Mariska, please tell your boys, talk to them. I know you're trying your best. Yeah, sometimes I blame you, sometimes I don't blame you because these players are bought to be like they are bought for reasons, and the reasons they are going to fulfill it to play football, to work. You are being paid not just to come and look or sit on the bench to perform. When the coach trusts you and wants you to play in games, whether you are being subbed in or you are in the starting 11, please perform in the way you can. Pedro Neto, you need to improve. It's not just about running up and down, tracking back and doing all that running. You need to take on players. You need to learn how to watch before you pass. You need to learn how to watch and look who is in the box before you cross. Not just making those blind crosses and blind passes. Even for Caicedo in the Tottenham game, we would have lost that game or maybe probably draw. You understand? Caicedo brought out that goal out of nothing. You understand? He brought something what nobody expected. You just hold that ball, Pedro Neto, you like from nowhere you just pass the ball to nowhere. Like you just that ball was lost already. But Caicedo was so good enough to recover that ball, win the ball, and still move on to that. Like in that box, I thought he lost the ball already. He was still able to pass that ball to Joao Pedro that finished it. So please, Pedro Neto, you need to do better. And Pedro too, please. I don't know what's going on with you. If you are depressed, please try to be better. Share or please. I don't know what's going on with you. No excuse of Palmer not being able, Palmer not being available. That's why you're deep in form. No excuse for you. Please play well. Esteval, I know he's a good player and he's coming good. He's been very better than every other players in the front lately. You understand? So Karabakh Chelsea. Chelsea, you have this game in your hands. Enzo Maresca, this game is in your hands. So please take it well. Do it well. Win it well. Match them well. Destroy them well for us. Okay. I'm not demanding a 5-0 win. I'm not demanding a 6-0 win. I'm not demanding a 4-0 win. I'm not even demanding a 3-0 win. A 2-0, a 1-0 is okay, but at least a win is a win. That's what we need at this moment. You understand? We need to build momentum. We need to build courage. We need to make this team feel like yes, we have arrived and we are the world champions, and let the world know that we are the world champions. And we don't just show up at big games, we also let these small clubs know, these little clubs, the smaller clubs know that we are bigger than them, and put them in the right places. We're not going to be like those other clubs, taking from the rich, giving to the poor. Winning big games and losing to small games is not really good. You understand? So that will be all I'm going to be talking about. I will also talk about Napoli, Frankfurt, but Napoli they've not been really good, and Frankfurt as well in the Champions League. They won their first game 5-1 to against Galatasaray, and they've lost 5-1 to Atletico Madrid, 5-1 to Liverpool as well. So Frankfurt they've been scoring goals, but not winning in the Champions League. Napoli as well, they played and they lost their last game against PSV, and they drew to Como in the league in the Serie A. Yeah, last weekend. So I think that getting it difficult now because Kevin De Bruyne is injured, and also Rasmus Højlund and some of the few players as well. So Napoli at home is going to be difficult as well because I can't tell you Napoli is going to win that game very easy because they've been having a scrappy win lately in their games. You understand? So playing against Frankfurt has been crazy as well because Frankfurt has been trying, like they've been winning games though in their league, but in the Champions League, no, not really. So likewise Napoli. So I think it's going to be a tough game, but both sides will score definitely. And I think Napoli, the only thing that I can see in that game, I think I see a draw or Napoli win that game because the only advantage is Napoli's home. You understand? Napoli Stadium, that's where they're going to play the game. That's the only advantage. Nothing else. You know, I don't see Napoli winning a 4-0 3. No. I think it's going to be Napoli will not the draw. Seriously. So that will be all. And if I have anything else to say, maybe in the Europa League or Conference League, I'm going to say, you understand? So just tell me what you think about this game that I just mentioned, or maybe one that I'm supposed to talk about and I didn't talk about. Just let me know in the comment section. Don't forget to like, comment, and share, and follow me as well. And just go straight to my page. You see my link there in my bio. Click it and subscribe to my YouTube channel. You understand? That's where you get the games every weekend, and the games I'm going to be posting tomorrow for the Champions League. You understand? So just stay safe, stay blessed, and God bless you. Thank you for watching. Any idea? We will see you later up front.